Okay, now what I'm doing is I'm wearing my Oculus Quest and I'm sharing. So this is what it looks like when I have my video. I just switch to the latest one. Delete. Number 6. So here is my latest video. First you go into full screen. Now this is actually using an iPad camera and I'm feeding the same image to both sides of the screen. First hit play and go into 3D, side by side. So this is what I think that doesn't look too bad considering. Experiments in stereoscopic video, test number 6. At the moment I'm feeding the same video to two side-by-side images. Experiments in stereoscopic video, test number 5. Hopefully we should have the audio now working better without an echo because I turned the webcam audio off. So this should not be in any form a stereo. It should just be the same image twice. This is because I want to better provide other video feeds into the same editing software, and I don't want to keep switching between side by side and regular. That would be confusing for the viewer, I think. So basically I simulated side by side using OBS, and I have the same video source going into two sides of the screen with a mask to help isolate the two images, make it a little bit more obvious that it's a side by side. So if I turn I'm using an iPad as my camera. So if I turn my camera, you can see I have two webcams. They're not this, obviously you can see they're separate brands. They're just sitting on top of the monitor. And what I'm doing is I have OBS, and as you can see I have a mask window, and I have then two copies of the same screen in this scene. So I've aligned the images using these lines, crosshairs, so that the two images are basically have my face in the center of the image, and that the background is shifted. This typically means that the background won't look stereoscopic unless you sort of do a magic eye thing where you have to not defocus, you have to repoint your eyes independently to where they normally go. For some reason I can only handle one webcam in this version of OBS on this computer. It doesn't run with two webcams, but it does run with one webcam and the video capture device. So the video capture device is capturing the video off a second computer which has the other webcam attached to it. Also the video capture device is going to the So I have a video switcher here at in the foreground. This is my video switcher. So hopefully in this mode it doesn't look too bad, because it's the same image going to both eyes effectively. And then when I switch to the other scene and switch cameras, now go back into stereoscopic. So we'll see how that looks when I'll stop recording and put it up on the website. So we have 3D side by side. If I go into non-VR mode, I can go into VR 180, but this is probably I'm too close to the camera for that. So what's called non-VR mode, and obviously I can go back to the 2D side-by-side view. Obviously with the correct, if I had a fisheye camera, I could probably go into the 3 or 360, but that looks really, really weird, since it's very, I mean, that would probably work okay. You probably can't do so, okay. That doesn't make sense. See, this is now only 180. I can do side by side, so these are sort of different options you have. This is getting a bit confusing. So there we have it. Experiments in virtual reality, stereoscopic video, side by side. So even the chroma on the cameras is different, but I don't think it really detracts too much when you get the 3D effect. So we'll see how that goes. Switch back to normal view. So this is a standard Oculus Quest starting room. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed this. So we're sharing, that's people, I don't want people. Sharing, stop casting. Experiments in stereoscopic video, test number 5. Hopefully we should have the audio now working better without an echo, because I turned the webcam audio off. I have two webcams just sitting on top of the monitor. They are different manufacturers, and using OBS to combine the two images, and with a mask to provide the sort of window effect for side-by-side stereoscopic viewing. There are a number of parameters you can control while you're playing with the cameras. So for instance, depending on where the cameras are pointing, you can make them sort of make the subject where I am sitting the prime focus, so the background images will be out and not aligned. I was just playing with them where the cameras are pointing so that the image in the background was aligned, but then you had to do a sort of a magic eye style refocus to get the eyes to see the 3D image in the foreground. It's a bit of a strain, so what I've done is just pointing the cameras back at the foreground image, and it'll probably mean that the background image will no longer be sort of obviously in stereoscopic. So we'll see. This is just another test number 5.